We're used to seeing them as sea angels. Intelligent. Friendly. Almost magical. Dolphins are a symbol of goodness, rescue, and purity. That's what we've been told. But today, we invite you to look beneath the surface. In this episode, we've left rose-tinted glasses behind. Instead, we brought facts, video evidence, and a touch of cold irony. Because behind a dolphin's wide smile may hide a predator. Cunning. Vengeful. Sometimes cruel. This isn't a horror story or fiction. It's zoology. And a bit of anatomy of fear. Today, the full truth about dolphins that aquariums will never tell you. Dolphin aggression, saviors or predators? The truth about dolphin attacks on humans. When we hear the word dolphin, childhood images come to mind, smiling creatures leaping from sunlit waves, playing with balls, rescuing drowning people. They've become symbols of kindness, friendship, and nearly supernatural intelligence. On beaches, dolphin-shaped toys are sold. At water parks, children scream with joy when a dolphin touches their nose. As if it were not an animal, but a demigod in the guise of a sea angel. But behind this charming mask lies a far more complex and ambiguous reality, one that is not always safe. Dolphins are not only rescuers, but potential aggressors, sometimes even tormentors. This is not fiction or exaggeration. It's something documentary filmmakers, entertainers, and travel agencies prefer to keep silent about. Let's take a closer look. Who are dolphins really? Heroes or predators? Saviors or assailants? Many have heard incredible stories, dolphins pulling drowning people ashore, chasing away sharks, guiding swimmers to safety. These cases exist, and they are indeed documented. New Zealand, 2004. Four swimmers found themselves surrounded by dolphins. At first, they were frightened, thinking they had become targets of a hunt. But soon they saw a shark. The dolphins circled around them, protecting them for almost 40 minutes until the predator swam away. Adam Walker, 2014. A famous British swimmer was participating in an ocean marathon through icy waters when a shadow appeared beneath him, a shark. But just seconds later, he was surrounded by a pod of dolphins that escorted him until the end of his swim. Such incidents are romanticized by the media. We love believing in goodness. In nature caring for us. But here's what zoologists say: dolphins don't act out of compassion. Their behavior is more likely the result of play instinct, territorial behavior, or a desire to protect their young. Humans are simply objects caught up in their complex social structure. Sometimes we are their toy. Sometimes a threat. Sometimes a potential mate. Now let's talk about what rarely makes headlines and is almost never discussed in the news. Japan, 2022. On a beach in Fukui Prefecture, 6 people found themselves under attack by dolphins. One man sustained such severe bites that he was urgently hospitalized. Authorities panicked and closed off the coastal area. Brazil, 1994. One of the darkest episodes. A dolphin attacked 2 men near shore. One died from injuries. Experts attributed the aggression to the animal's mating season and a hormonal surge. United States, 2010s. Attacks on trainers occur in oceanariums. And these are not isolated cases. Captive dolphins become unpredictable, developing behavioral deviations, essentially, the equivalent of mental disorders in humans. Here's a real account from Mexico. A woman was swimming in a lagoon where wild dolphins lived. According to her, one began harassing her, tugging at her swimsuit, diving under her, pushing her, trying to pull her underwater. This lasted about 5 minutes before local fishermen rescued her. A dolphin is not just an intelligent creature. It is a male, which, like a human, can experience sexual arousal, jealousy, territorial aggression, and even cruelty. And those feelings can be directed toward humans. Now we move to truly alarming facts that could change how you see these creatures forever. Sexual aggression. Male dolphins often gang up to isolate and rape females. This is called a reproductive coalition. Several males corner a female, chase her down, sexually assault her, and hold her captive for days. This has been confirmed by numerous observations. Violence against peers. Dolphins kill calves of rival females. Sometimes they play with the bodies, tossing them between each other until decomposition sets in. Biologists explain this as competition for reproductive dominance. Sadism as play. In the wild, dolphins often play with fish, crabs, octopuses, tearing off limbs, throwing them into the air. These animals aren't eaten. It's pure entertainment. In one case, a pod was observed playing with the head of a sea turtle in the Persian Gulf. Attacks on other animals. There are known cases where dolphins killed porpoises, not for food, but for pleasure. Scottish scientists documented several such incidents, and the dead animals showed multiple fractures, organ ruptures, and bite marks. So where did the image of the kind dolphin come from? It's simple. It's the result of decades of mass media, shows, and myths. Movies like Flipper shaped an entire generation's view of dolphins as loyal human friends. In reality, Flipper was a female dolphin forced to perform on set, often through coercion. Later, she died from stress. Some reports claim she literally held her breath until she passed. Documentaries like The Cove and Blackfish revealed another side of the industry: dolphins captured, exported, trained through fear and violence. Their stress levels can become so extreme that they lose appetite, self-mutilate, and refuse to move. It's under such conditions that attacks most often happen. A dolphin in captivity often loses its bearings. Humans become both provider, tyrant, and potential victim. Chapter 5: What to do when encountering a dolphin. If you find yourself in open water or on a beach where dolphins appear, remember this: do not touch them. Even if a dolphin swims close, even if it seems friendly, do not approach. It might be excited, irritated, territorially aggressive, or simply playing with you like a ball. If a dolphin starts circling you, approaches from behind, pushes you, or touches your forehead, it's not a game. It could be the start of an attack. What to do? Stay calm. Avoid sudden movements. Swim toward shore without turning your back on the dolphin. Don't shout or wave your arms. Don't try to touch or push it away. We live in a world where we increasingly seek wonder in nature. But real nature is neither miracle nor magic. It's balance, complexity, and chaos. Dolphins are neither heroes nor villains. They are complex, intelligent, and at times disturbingly rational beings. They are capable of selflessness and cruelty, of altruism and sadism. When we accept this truth, we take the first step toward true understanding. We remove the rose-tinted glasses and see the world as it is. Without filters. Without cartoons. Without myths. The dolphin is not a fairy tale. It is an animal equal to us in intelligence. Which means, equally complex in character. And we must treat it not as a toy, but as a being capable of anything, including evil. We love to believe in fairy tales. especially when they arrive with smiles and splashes. But nature is not a children's cartoon. There is no good or evil. Only behavior. Only instincts. And the dolphin is not a hero, not a savior, and certainly not a plush toy. It is an animal. Intelligent, complex, and sometimes dangerous. Perhaps recognizing this is the first time we truly respect it. Without illusions. Without shows. Without flipper costumes. Subscribe so you don't miss our next episodes. Next time, we'll talk about creatures that seem even gentler than dolphins. But that gentleness is only on their faces. See you next time. And remember, in the ocean, a smile doesn't always mean a friend.